My name is Reina Bonta. I'm a sophomore currently at Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland. I came to Prospect Sierra in 6th grade, and when I was in 8th grade, I was the vice president and was really active in the student council throughout 6th through 8th grade, and I graduated in the class of 2013. I started an organization with my partner Helen called the Force of Soccer, and FORCE is an acronym for Finding Outlets for Reused and Collected Equipment. And we both play on a soccer team called DNs of Force. We've been playing since we were really little. We both share an incredible love for the game. We train almost every day, and we play in really competitive games. We were actually national champions 2 years ago. And we just really love soccer. So when we went to Spain, we played in this tournament in Spain called the Dynasty Cup, and when we were there, there's like teams from all over the world there, and we saw this team that really didn't have any team uniforms. They were playing with a twine ball when they were warming up. They just were super under-resourced, and we got to thinking when we got back from that trip that it would be awesome to maybe even start an organization for ourselves and try to give equipment to teams like that who love to play and share the same passion that we do, but don't necessarily have the means to pursue that passion.
I was so excited when Reina told me that she wanted to start this project. It was something I think that really embodied a lot of her experience at Prospect and just who she is, and combining her love and passion for soccer with her love and passion for service and giving was really something really special.
I was born in the Philippines and hadn't been back in many years, and I had connected with a group called Gawad Kalinga, which is a service organization that helps build housing for homeless. And we went on a mission in March of 2014, which would help rebuild Tacloban post the destruction that occurred there after Typhoon Haiyan Yolanda. Reina was able to come with us, and we went with a group of folks she didn't know, kind of classic Reina. She was willing to put herself in an uncomfortable position to do something that was important to her and that she was passionate about. And we spent some time in Tacloban doing some rebuilding of a village, and then at the same time we connected with a Filipino soccer team of young ladies who did not have resources and that could really benefit from the Force of Soccer program that Reina had founded with her friend Helen.
So we pulled up in a van into this marketplace, and I had brought my cleats because I thought when we gave them the equipment that we were going to maybe play a little bit, do some drills. So I brought my cleats and we pulled into this alleyway, and basically it was just an alleyway in a marketplace that was cleared, like a little part of it was cleared for girls to play soccer, and they were in flip-flops and didn't have any real shoes on really, and they were in like different uniforms, and that was like the way they practiced and the way they played games. Their ball was really ratty and torn up, and all of the equipment they had was just not the kind of soccer that we're used to playing back at home. So I talked to them a little bit about how we started the organization, and that how they were a really special group to me and Helen, because they were the first team that we could give the equipment that we had worked so hard in collecting to. And then we gave them the equipment, and the looks on their faces was something that I'll never forget. And the feeling there when I went to the Philippines was that even though, like in the face of distress and after the typhoon and the devastation that they experienced there, it was awesome to see the positivity that they all embodied. Their attitude was just unexplainable. The people that have helped us achieve this project have been particularly the people on our team who've been very supportive in giving us equipment and just being a sense of moral support throughout the entire project. And Helen, my partner, has been really supportive throughout the entire thing. Our parents.
We've literally had our living room taken over because we don't have a garage or basement or anything, so for several months we just had piles and piles of cleats and soccer balls and jerseys all over the place as she was kind of going through and sorting, and we were going back and forth with her house and her partner Helen's house to just gather all the equipment.
A lot of things fed into the inspiration of this organization. First of all, my parents have been super supportive in instilling a sense of service into my everyday life since I was little. Definitely Prospect Sierra has played a large part in contributing to the inspiration. In particular, Lily Gordon, I remember being on student council when I was at Prospect Sierra and reviewing her application for this same project and being super inspired by it, and going home and telling my mom even how excited I was that I wanted to start a project like this for myself. And so far, it's worked out pretty well.
You know, there's a lot of things that we can introduce to our kids as parents, soccer, service, but if it's not something that they own and that they believe in and that they want to do and that they're passionate about, then it won't stick. And so those are all things that Reina has made her own.
I've never been worried about Reina taking on whatever she wanted to and traveling wherever she wanted to, because she's just been wired to handle whatever. When she was at Prospect, she actually traveled from Alameda to the school every single day and back on the BART all alone, and then traveled from Prospect to her soccer team down in San Mateo, taking the BART and Caltrain by the time she was in 8th grade, so she's well-traveled.
We have a connection with the team in Tanzania right now, so we're looking to make a trip hopefully out there, and we're in the middle of a collection process for that one. And we're also looking locally to do some initiatives down to teams down in Menlo Park. So those are the two opportunities we have recently. Helen, who's my partner, she said that she wanted to potentially donate to every single continent on the earth, which I think is a pretty big plan, but I actually think we can achieve it if we put our minds to it. Definitely contribute more locally, I think, would be awesome, and expand to other club teams within the area besides our own to donate for equipment would be amazing. So we have some big plans. The one thing I would tell someone who is thinking about starting their own organization would be to just believe in yourself and go for it, even though it sounds cliche and cheesy a little bit. Just believe in yourself, make sure that you have the right tools to get where you want to be, and make sure that the goal you have in mind doesn't particularly change throughout your process, that you need to have a set idea of the things you want to achieve and put your mind to it and go for it, achieve them.